Hey, How to Survive the End of the World listeners. My name is Kate Werning, and I am visiting you from the land of Irresistible, which is the new name for Healing Justice podcast. We are a virtual community of practice here to support your commitment to collective healing and social change. As organizers and healing practitioners, we already know many of you and are excited to meet you if we don't. We want to make sure you can find us and subscribe in whichever podcast platform you listen over at our new name, Irresistible. We recently went through a year-long process to change our name in accountability to and with deep respect for healing justice lineages, of which both Brown sisters are a part. You can hear more about that process and the deep rivers of movement and spiritual teachers who have led us to our new name in our recent episode called Becoming Irresistible. But for now, we'd like to play you our 4-minute trailer to introduce ourselves more fully as a community. Bonus points if you can catch Adrian's voice in there. Here we go.
We are Irresistible.
A community of practice in collective healing and social change. Because our commitment to justice and to our own lives is compelling, joyful, and irresistible. Together, we celebrate the many traditions of movement leaders, cultural workers, and spiritual teachers who remind us to embody the liberation we are pursuing, and who show us that our movements for justice can and must be expansive, vibrant, and fully alive. Because we are so much more than resistance. We are irresistible.
Somebody called out, "I believe that we will win." And the sax player jumped in, and there were some drummers there, and it became like a dance party.
That was such a beautiful expression of our values to share that message, right? That disability justice is love, that solidarity is a form of love.
There is a spiritual dimension and a spiritual reality to movement work. There is work that is being done behind the scenes on our benefit that we don't even see right now because we can't see it because we're caught up in this system. We're caught up in the grind. We're like jumping on the hustle.
And one of the things that Audre Lorde asserts is that those of us who are able to awaken the erotic in ourselves are able to reclaim our agency, and we refuse to settle for just suffering and struggle as our lives, practicing with each other, making liberation actually a pleasurable experience.
Check out our vast library of conversations and practices for collective healing and social change on our website, including our full catalog from our previous name, Healing Justice Podcast. While you're there, you can join our email list to stay in the know, access transcripts and accessibility information, check out our book club and our virtual community, and find out more about getting involved. It's all at irresistible.org. We're also on Instagram at Irresistible Movements and Twitter at Hey Irresistible.
Tony K. Bambara says the duty of a writer is to make revolution irresistible. We say the duty of an artist is to make revolution irresistible. We need people who are unabashedly creating art that tells a different story about how we should be in relationship with each other, to the land, and to ourselves.
Healing is strategic, and we have to make sure that it's incorporated. Otherwise, we are doomed to keep reiterating a lot of the same structures that our people are trying to get away from. And our movements become unsafe. Like, it's a security threat that our folks are not getting healed.
What I saw around me in the movement work that I've done is this commitment to suffering, commitment to overwork, a commitment to martyring ourselves in the name of saving the world, and a way that we're losing touch more and more with what it is to even be alive and what makes us want to be here.
Are we really working from love and freedom? And then is that showing up in how we're treating each other? Or are we thinking that we can sacrifice each other and sacrifice our well-being for, okay, well, we'll deal with all that when we get to the promised land. And that's at the root of where our movements are falling short.
It's continuous work. There's times where you're like, oh, I did it. Nah, no, you did it. You know what I mean? Like, you may have unlocked another level, but there's another level. There's more and more and more. It's perpetual work of trying to figure out how am I going to be a good person in the world, and a good person that can love myself authentically all the way. And not with shame either, but actual self-introspection and self-reflection and shifting behaviors, right?
So whatever it is that you're doing, can you slow down and listen for whatever wants to communicate with you? listen to yourself, listen to your body, listen to your dreams, listen to your ancestors. Have a practice of listening.
To celebrate our new name, join us at patreon.com/irresistible and sign up as a sustainer to get an Irresistible sticker and postcard in the mail. Also, please join us for a virtual community altar building night on March 29th. Details to save your spot in the circle are at tinyurl.com/ouraltar.
And so being in the work of really exploring together what it looks like to excavate, heal, clear, more story, more truth, more expression, it's become very clear, like, oh, okay, this is medicine that's required right now.
Two ways we hope to support you in this time of increased pressure and rapid change are through audio practices and weekly interactive care circles. There are many meditations, embodiment practices, writing and singing exercises, and more in our catalog of audio practice on the podcast, which includes 2 practices offered by Adrienne, a spell casting exercise and some homework from Pleasure Activism, both of which are perfect for time at home. We've also got book club resources for Pleasure Activism and other selections that you can learn more about at irresistible.org/book club. You can also check out our offering of weekly digital care circles that are anchored by facilitator BJ Starr. So if you're needing more healing and community support in this time, we welcome you there. You can sign up at irresistible.org/circle. We are huge fans of How to Survive the End of the World and the leadership of the Brown sisters. Make sure that you tune into their episode right before this one, asking about your strategies for intimacy and connection to other humans during this time of social distancing. They're working on a survival series to release next month, so check out that episode to find out how you can submit your strategies to be included. Sending you all big love in this rapidly changing time. Hope to connect with you through the internets and perhaps to meet you someday in real life. Bye!